I'm Dave Foord. In this screencast, I'm going to show how we can add sound into a PowerPoint presentation. Now, for this demonstration, I'm using PowerPoint version 2007, but the principles are very similar for other versions. So here I've got an image which I've used earlier, and I want to add a sound file just to add additional information that could go into my presentation. So I'm just going to come out of the presentation mode and into the editing mode. Now, there's two different ways in which I can do this. I can actually record the sound directly into PowerPoint using PowerPoint's built-in recorder. To do that, I would go to the Insert menu and then the sound icon and the little down arrow below it, and then I've got the option of Record Sound. What it will then do is bring up this little sound recorder box, and if I press on the red button and I start talking, it will allow me to record. I can then click on Stop to stop it. It will generally limit you to 60 seconds of recording. However, if you pause it and then you record again, it will then give you another 60 seconds. So you can do longer than 60 seconds. But generally speaking, I wouldn't go for too long because you'd end up with a very big file size anyway. So I could just click on a button. I could start talking. As I'm talking, it's recording what I'm saying. I then click on Stop and I would play it. Now, you're not going to hear it if I click on play, so I won't actually play it there. But you can play to check that it's okay. You click on the OK button and it will then put a sound icon or a speaker icon in the middle of your slide. Now you can move that over to one side, and then when you run your slideshow and what have you, if you clicked on that, it would then play the sound file that's associated. So it's as easy as that, and you can have multiple recordings on the same slide, so you can have a different icon next to different elements very, very easily. Now, the downside of this is the recording quality is not always that good. It sometimes has a little bit of a fuzz associated with it, and it's just because the recording facility within Office isn't actually that good. So the other way is to record your record your recording using another piece of software. Now, I personally use Audacity, which is free audio recording software. I then export it as an MP3 and I save that MP3 somewhere. What I can then do is go to Insert and then Sound, and this time I'm going to go for Sound from File. I find where my MP3 that I've recorded is saved and I click on OK. Now this will then come up with an option box. I have two choices. I can either make it play automatically, so as soon as that slide appears in the presentation, the sound will start playing, or I can choose when clicked. Okay, I'm going to go for when clicked, and again I'm just going to move my sound icon over to the side. Yeah, and this would then work in the same way, but the advantage of this is the sound recording would be a much higher quality because it's been recorded using proper audio recording software rather than the built-in recorder. Now, in earlier versions of Office, you could do very similar principles with Word. In the later versions, they've actually taken out the ability for you to record directly into a Word file, but you can still do the technique of recording a file in Audacity and then bringing it in a similar fashion to what I've done here with PowerPoint.